Hello YouTube and welcome back to Let's Play Bloons Battles. In this episode, hopefully I don't end up fighting the same guy 3 times in a row, which was kind of bad, because I did really bad against him, and I remember at the beginning of last episode I said I really hope I don't get to 50 losses, and then I got to 49, which is, oh man, bad. Real bad, but anyways, I'm gonna go with the same strategy that I usually go with, or actually, you know what, extra tower slot, I'm gonna put a super monkey in here, yeah, so that I have an extra sort of semi-secret weapon, kind of. Not really. Anyways, but anyways, my strategy is going to go back to what I usually do, because this map in particular, I do remember what I usually do, and hopefully this is probably not going to be too long. I'm probably just going to keep it to one battle, hopefully close to around 10, maybe 15 minutes, rather than make it a huge 30-minute episode like last time, because when I was trying to upload that 30-minute episode, it seriously took about 5.5 to 6 hours to upload, which maybe it was because my internet was going slow or something, wasn't really sure, but I think it's just because it takes that long to upload a 30-minute episode, which I don't know why it surprises me that it takes that long. I think normally for like my Bloons Star Defense 5 Deluxe Edition videos, it only took me like an hour and a half to upload my 30 to 40 minute video, but I don't know, maybe my internet was just going slow that time, but it was just frustrating, even though I, got it up early and all that, had it scheduled and everything, but still, I mean, come on, man, it was just, nah. So anyways, yeah, I'm gonna try to keep these episodes short. My opponent seems to be going for the Bionic Boomer, which he just did go for, so that's interesting. They seem to have a similar strategy to me, only because it has a boomerang thrower, so I have no idea what their other towers are. They could have a bunch of spike factories and wizards or something, but yeah, and they have a lot more experience, so they do have decals, which I think is a storm cloud thing. No, looks interesting, I suppose, but alright, let's see. So right about 300 is when I always switch over to blues, or at least when I should always switch over to blues, I guess. At the moment, it seems like they're not sending any pinks at me, so they could just be sending in balloons for the economy. They could be going for a long game, which is kind of good, but then again, that does mean it's going to be a long game, so that's kind of not good, because that's what I was just talking about, not wanting a long game. But basically, I'm going to have to relearn again for like the 5th time when I should change what balloons I'm sending and when I should buy certain towers and everything. So not 100% sure how I'm going to do this. Their glaive thrower Bionic Boomer seems to be doing alright. Doesn't seem to be doing that bad, and my glaive ricochet, I just love how it just eats through all those balloons. I just think it's amazing. But alright, so I'm not sure when, if ever, I should stop sending balloons as my main source of income, or at least, take a break so that I can buy some items, or not items, some towers, some monkeys, defenses, I suppose you could call them. But he almost got a couple of lives off of me because of how that happened. But let's see, I feel like I should go back to red balloons or something just so I can start increasing my current currency rather than my income currency. But I'm not 100% sure, and it's funny because people in the comments are like, oh, you're a good Bloons Star Defense Battles player, don't be so hard on yourself, and I'm like, oh, that's nice, I suppose, but I don't know, it just always seems hard for me to say, like, oh yeah, I'm great or whatever, when I have just about as many losses as victories, and I've been losing a lot more often when dealing with people who have played so many more games than I have. Which is actually kind of interesting, like how they've played so many games. Because I obviously don't play very often. I only play when I'm recording and all that. So, anyways, let's get this Buccaneer in here. Right, as close as I can get it to the outside, so that it has as much range as it can possibly get. And once I get it to the extra range, it's dang it, I wish I had the monkey village now to see if it could get its range up here to get even more of the track. And I'm not sure if that's new, I don't think it's new, but how the range doesn't go into the next, into the other side of the screen. It makes sense, it's just I don't know why that seems new or something. I don't know, weird. But anyways, I should deal with some camo lead soon. So let's get the cannon ship that can actually deal with camo lead, and I should get the red hot rings just in case any regular lead get through. So, what else do I need to deal with? With the money that I have, at 750 I think I should start sending in greens, but I'm not 100% sure, so I'm gonna go with some bomb towers. Yeah, no, not some bomb towers. They have Monkey Village, they've got camo lead defense. Instead of going with bomb towers, meaning MOAB maulers, I'm gonna go with another Buccaneer to deal with any extra camo lead defense that I might need, just in case, because I want to be 100% sure that I'm covered against camo lead. Not 100% sure how well one cannon ship will do against it because I don't have any other camo defense. So if I can, I'd like to fit another Buccaneer right here. I don't think I can fit one right there, but if I can't, then I'll build 2 destroyers on the side just to make sure that I've got extra camo defense and or just regular balloon defense. Alright, so I can't fit one there. Get this one as close as I can because I might be able to fit a second one there. Maybe. I don't remember testing how many Buccaneers can fit in that little pond, that little half a pond. But anyways, let's see, the destroyer will have to be next, I suppose. And the Glaive Ricochet right now is sort of secondary a little bit, just because of how well the Buccaneers are doing. And I'm just waiting a little bit longer to get the destroyer because I want to make sure that I have enough money to continually send in the blues. And once I get to 1,000, which will be pretty soon right now, then I'll start sending in the greens. Just so that I knew, or I waited so long just so that I could be sure I had enough money to sustain that group and still increase my defenses. And by sustain that group, I mean continue sending in the stream of balloons. And they don't seem to be sending in very many balloons at me, which means they probably just stopped increasing their income because they don't see a banana farm, so their income is still lower than mine, which is nice. It's nice to have more income than your opponent, but not 100% sure how much of an advantage that really gives me. So I'm going to start building some MOAB maulers, starting right from the middle, right around here, because the MOABs are going to start appearing soon, so I got to get those ready. And I don't think my opponent is going to send any MOABs at me, so I think it's pretty safe to assume that the MOABs are only going to be coming from the side where the actual balloons come from. So I don't really need to worry about putting them on the back end of the track because the sent balloons come from the opposite side of the regular balloons, which is why I'm really glad I did not mistakenly get a spike factory on this stage for, you know, all those reasons. There's not a lot of tracks where I can really think that a spike factory would be the best idea. I'm sure there are tracks where it is a good idea, but not that I can think of off the top of my head. So anyways, let's get that second MOAB mauler up, and I should set them to strongest because that's a good idea, I suppose. And you know what? I think I'm also going to get another Glaive Ricochet or 2 because that would be really helpful right now. Just dealing with all these balloons, all the ceramics that are going to be coming up. Having some more Glaive Ricochets would be really helpful against them, rather than just these 2, because they don't have the double Brenga deluxe upgrade. So having 3, if I can place it, would be really helpful. And I should actually try to slow down my my building, I suppose, because I've got a lot of, or I don't have a lot of money, because my income still isn't that great. With 2 MOAB maulers, I'm not 100% sure how well I am, how well defended I am against the MOAB, which is right now. But I do have a destroyer and 2 cannon ships, and now 3 Glaive Ricochets, so I should be pretty well defended. Shouldn't be a big problem. Yeah, that was pretty easy. Although I do want more Glaive Ricochet. Although I think MOAB maulers might be my main priority because I've only got like 2 or 3 rounds until the next MOAB, and that MOAB round is going to be harder than the last one because there'll be 2 MOABs, I suppose, so it's about twice as hard. Although there's going to be other balloons as well, so it's not going to be exactly twice as hard, probably a little bit more. But anyways, let's get 5 MOAB maulers. That might be pretty good, doing about 50 damage. That's like 4 shots of the MOABs, which is not including the extra Buccaneer defenses, plus the Glaive Ricochet, which isn't that great against the MOAB, but it is helpful. So that's 4. And of course, I always focus on the actual MOAB layer, because the glaive ricochet, especially with 3 of them now, will make short work of the ceramics. Maybe not that short work, but it will be pretty helpful. So, now that I've got these 5 MOAB maulers, I'm going to work on another round of glaive ricochet. Can't fit them there, which is kind of lame. Just going to put them in here and get that red hot ring, just in case there's any lead that I have to deal with. And it'd be really nice if I had some camo detection for these MOAB maulers. Well, maybe not for the MOAB maulers, because actually it's kind of good that I don't have camo detection on the MOAB maulers, because the MOABs aren't, or MOAB class Bloons aren't going to be camoed. So having them not be affected by camo Bloons is actually kind of a good thing, because then they won't be weighed down by camo Bloons or anything. So let's see, this is 4. I want to get 6 glaive ricochets, because that would be pretty helpful. Good amount, able to get rid of ceramics pretty easily. Shaving off 6 layers of Bloons would be really helpful. So now that I've got that done, let's see. I'd like to get another destroyer in here. I don't think I can put one on that side, so I'm just going to put one there. Not going to be that precise with that placement, just because I already know that this is the last Buccaneer that I'm going to be able to place in there, so I'm not going to try to make room anywhere in particular. So right now, what should I do? Right now, yeah, I'm going to build some ninja monkeys. Just to deal with any camo Bloon problems, and then also having them be Bloonjitsu masters, so that they're able to knock back a lot of Bloons away from the course, or away from the track, I suppose, away from the end of the track. That way I've got a nice little safety net, kind of, and with 2,500 relatively income, that's pretty good. That's pretty good income to start building in some Bloonjitsu masters, because they only cost 4,280, around that, a little more than that, but around 5,000. So it only takes 12 seconds to have enough money to actually buy one. Well, then I am spending a bit of money, so I guess it takes about 18 seconds to buy one, relatively. So that's interesting, I suppose. Not interesting. It's a good start. Anyways, so get about 7 of them, maybe. Not really sure exactly how many I want. Got 4 Buccaneers, 5 MOAB maulers, 6 glaive ricochet, and then get 7 ninja monkeys. Then might as well try for like 8 super monkeys, just to make it nice, I suppose. Make it all even, or I don't want to say OCD anymore, because I saw a Tumblr post or a tweet or something where someone mentioned, like, made a reference of like, oh, OCD, like basically being thorough in a game or whatever, and then they're like, oh, there's actual difference between being thorough and having a mental disorder. I agree. I don't mean to offend anyone. I don't want to make being OCD seem like some little trivial thing. It's just what I have in my head as like context for describing how I feel, I suppose. I don't know. If there's a better word that you think I should use rather than OCD, when I'm talking about like having them all be in the same numbers or whatever, then please let me know, so that I'm not, just to be sure that I'm not offending anyone. So anyways, this is the 6th one that I'm making, so just one more Bloonjitsu Master, and then I'll be ready to start building my Super Monkey army. And they have Wizards, Bionic Boomers, MOAB Maulers, and Monkey Village. So unless they also bought another round, or another spot for their towers, then that should be their entire defense, which I'd say is pretty good. It's a decent defense. I'm guessing they're going to go for some Tempest Tornadoes as their sort of safety net, and then the Bionic Boomer is just helping with nice general Bloon destruction, while their MOAB Maulers are focusing on the MOABs, obviously. So now that I've got up to 3,000, I'm just going to use some yellow Bloons for a little while. Excuse me, some yellow Bloons for a little while until I get to about 3,200, 3,250. and then just start sending in a bunch of pink balloons until I get to about 4,000 income. Just because I want to be sure that I have a lot of income to sort of like surprise them with my Super Monkey defenses. Just because they probably are noticing that I've used my 4 types of towers, and they're probably not expecting my Super Monkey. Which, I mean, it's not like it gives me a huge advantage or anything. And oh look, they have a Super Monkey too, so they did the same thing as I did. That's funny. So they have a similar defense to me, but obviously it has its own differences and everything. Just sending in my pinks, obviously not a problem for them to deal with. I mean, it's not really a problem, but it does take up some of their forces. It's not like completely brushed under the rug or whatever that phrase would mean. But I still want to get a lot of money before I start building any Super Monkeys. And actually, before I start building Super Monkeys, I want to upgrade all of these to Glaive Lords, because that'll give me some extra good camo lead defense and just extra camo defense. Plus the glaives that surround the Glaive Lord are pretty helpful for getting to the MOABs as well. So just constantly sending in the pinks. This is going to be a long game, like I sort of wanted it not to be. Unless they give up or lose or something. But I don't think I'm going to lose anytime soon, because they're not really sending any balloons at me as an attack. And even if they were, my defenses are pretty good at the moment for dealing with anti-MOAB and for dealing with any anti-balloons in general. So still just constantly sending in those pink balloons increases my income pretty quickly. Because let's see, that's 3.6, basically 2 or 3 times a second. Let's see, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, about 3 or 4 times per second. So that's about 12 increase per second, which means that every 6 seconds, that's about 72 increase. So basically every time I get paid, I'm adding 72, I guess, which is, I don't know. I'm not really sure how exactly that was, if that was described well enough, but anyways, let's just get back to upgrading my Glaive Lord. My Glaive Lord and Bloons Monkeys are my only tier 4 upgrades, because I don't really need the 4th tier MOAB Mauler, the MOAB Assassin. I don't really like it that much, and I don't really like the what's it called, aircraft carrier upgrade, or the other one. So this is actually, I'd say it's decent. It's my ideal, basically. Not quite my ideal defense, because obviously the entire screen isn't filled with defenses, but as at the point that I'm at now, I'd say it's pretty good. A lot of Ninja Monkeys near the end to deal with any of the scent balloons, unless he sends lead. If he sent any lead, I mean, I'd be able to take care of it with my other balloons, or my other defenses, but my Ninja Monkeys would have no defense against lead if he sent them at me. But anyways, my Glaive Lords that I'm raising, my army that I'm raising, shouldn't have any problem with lead or camo, so they shouldn't have any problem with any balloons except the MOAB class balloons. But with 5 MOAB Maulers and 2 Destroyers, specifically those 2, even though I do have other defenses, I really shouldn't have to worry about any MOAB class balloons. And in fact, I'm actually going to set these to strongest as well, just to be sure that they're also focusing on the MOAB Maulers, or MOAB class balloons, and just get another Glaive Lord ready, which that was a little too soon because I ran out of money for a second, but it didn't stop my pink balloon stream. And they've got some monkey villages, which are pretty powerful, especially because I think he's got tier 4 monkey village, which increases their attack power, or their popping power and attack speed by a certain amount. But that looked like a couple balloons almost got through, but my Glaive Lords and Ninja Monkeys took care of it pretty well. And just gotta wait a little bit longer to get my next Glaive Lord, just till the next pay period, the next 6 seconds, so that I'm sure that I have enough money to sustain the pink stream, to sustain the increase in income. And just one more Glaive Lord, and then I might start building a couple more MOAB Maulers. Might build like 5 more, just to be sure that I have a good enough MOAB defense. And then I'm probably going to build some Super Monkeys either down here maybe like 5 down here and then like 5 up here, just so that they have like offense on both sides or whatever. I might build like 2 sun gods and 3 robo monkeys, and then 2 robo monkeys and 3 sun gods on that side, just to make it look nice and to balance my defenses, basically. No real strategic reason. Well, I do want to mix both the sun god and the robo monkey, because I remember someone was saying that the robo monkey and the technological terror, by extension, is good against the MOAB class Bloons, and the sun god monkey is good against the regular Bloons. So having both of them would be pretty helpful, even though I have all these other defenses for both types. Having a super monkey, obviously, like I said, would be pretty helpful. So I've got those 6 glaive lords there. Got quite a bit of money, quite a bit of income. So time to start building more MOAB maulers to help deal with those MOAB class Bloons that, as you can see, were giving me a little bit of trouble. Not much, but you know, a little bit. Enough to make me want more MOAB maulers, even though the robo monkeys would help against that as well. So that's 2 more, so I've got 7, now 8, and then gotta build 2 more on this side to get up to 9. And that regrow ceramic stream doesn't bother me at all, because I'm sure those glaive lords are just gonna tear right through it. While he does have a little bit of a struggle with it. You can tell that he's, his name is M.I. Dude, like M.I. a dude or something, I don't know. Anyways, let's see, how many did I get? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and set them all to strongest. I don't know if I set this one to strongest, and I did not, and just double check on all these, yeah. Oh wait, this one is not set to strongest. Alright, there we go. So now I've got 10 MOAB maulers set to strongest, and still just constantly sending in that pink stream. And you know what? Since I'm building 10 of everything, except for the Buccaneers, because I can only fit 4, let's build 3 more Ninja Monkeys, just to round that up to 10, and then I'll build some more Bloonjitsu Masters, I mean not Bloonjitsu Masters, some Glaive Lords, to round that one up to 10, which will be a little bit more expensive. And then once I'm done with that, I'll increase to the Super Monkeys. So let's just get that out of the way. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then just 3 more. Yeah, I can fit 1 more right there. And now 2 more, but I should probably wait a little bit longer because I did just spend a bunch of money because the Glaive Lords are really expensive. So like I said, just have to wait a little bit on that. And they've got some Robo Monkeys, they've got some Odd Assassins, some Bloon Impacts, Bionic Boomer, some Wizards. They don't have any Tier 3 Wizards, which is kind of interesting. I'd think that the Tier 3 would be kind of important, but apparently not. And it's kind of weird that they have a Wizard like right here in between the pond and the track. I never thought to put anything there, but partly because the Buccaneer always covered that area. It always kind of looked like he couldn't put anything there. But I'm really glad I got these Glaive Lords, because that camo ceramic rush definitely would have gotten past, and did get past my boomerang throwers, obviously. And then the Ninja Monkeys, actually, they probably would have taken care of it if I didn't have Glaive Lords. But this is 8, I think. Yeah, 8. So let's start building some more, since I have enough money. And I'm really glad or confident in my defenses. I'm really secure, I suppose, in them because of how well they're defending against everything, because my opponent isn't sending very many Bloons at me. And while they do have a good defense, they have quite a lot of attack power, quite a lot of MOAB busting power, and just general popping power in general. They're still not as offensive as I am. I mean, not like I'm offending someone, but I mean on the offensive attacking power and all that. Even though I'm sending in my stream a pinks only for income, so it's not like I'm on the offensive or anything. But I don't know, it's kind of interesting. That is a lot of MOABs. And see, the problem with changing the MOAB maulers to strongest is that then they're not targeting the first. So I mean, that's obviously kind of the point. But when there's a long stream of MOABs, then they're constantly targeting the ones in the back. So then that long stream can just sort of breeze through, which is kind of a problem with setting them to strongest. but it's not that big of a problem if you have all these Glaive Lords and Bloonjitsu Masters and Destroyers and everything, because then they will just be able to destroy everything else and sort of lower the total health of all the MOABs, so that they kind of all blow up at once, and then the Glaive Lords can just take care of them. So, and I've got a whole bunch of money that I can spend. So let's get started on that Super Monkey thing. I'm going to get Robo Monkey, and I don't have the Technological Terror, the tier 4 upgrade. I should probably get that. But I don't really use Super Monkeys that often, so I'm not 100% sure. I might just spend time getting all the tier 4 upgrades, maybe, because that would cost a lot of medallions. And I think I'll probably stop playing Bloons Side Event battles when I get the decal, the Ironclad or the Blue Wolf decal, because I like those two decals. Of all the decals, those are the two I like. But let's get a Sun God Monkey in here, because that is a lot of MOABs, a lot of MOAB class Bloons. I'm probably about to run out of money, and let's see how long it lasts. Just a couple seconds. Not that long, but not a big deal that I ran out. But let's see. Wow, those are, like I said, a lot of MOABs, or a lot of BFBs, and the MOAB Maulers are kind of worrying me. But the Glaive Lords and the Sun God Monkey and the Robo Monkey and all that, they should take care of it. I'm not worried necessarily that they're gonna break through. It's just they are getting kind of close, which is a little bit worrying. But I don't know. I guess I am slightly worried. But not that worried, because my opponent did get rid of them pretty quickly. But they do have a lot of MOAB Assassins and Bionic Boomers, so that's kind of why. Although, that long stream, that long clumpy stream, which just sounds so bad, but that does frighten me a little bit, but that is kind of what the Glaive Lords excel at. So it shouldn't really have worried me. Oh yeah, I was like, why are they attacking down here? But my enemy is probably sending some Bloons, which is probably why they're attacking down there. So, let's get another Robo Monkey down here, with Plasma Blast, of course, to add to my attack power, because that's really helpful and stuff. So, once I do get that one, I mean, I already did get that one done. So now my next goal is just get another Sun God Monkey, and then a third Robo Monkey down there. And then do basically the same thing, but reverse, up on top. And did I accidentally press a button? No. Man, sorry, 27 minutes. And again, this is kind of the point where I just fast forward. But I don't want to fast forward. Not yet. So, wait till about 20,000 cash. Yeah, 20,000 cash. And then I'll build a Sun God Monkey, because they are pretty expensive. And I don't want to just spend all my money. There we go, 28,000, so almost 30,000. Not a big deal, I suppose. Let's just get Sun God Monkey. And once I do get my 10 Super Monkeys, oh man, that's still not enough money. But once I do get my 10 Super Monkeys, then I'm just going to save up a bunch of income and then send a bunch of ZOMGs at my opponent. And then just see how well that works, because it's probably not going to work very well. But who knows? Who knows? And actually, you know what? Instead of ZOMGs, I'm going to send a bunch of MOABs, because that might not be as effective. But actually, wait, they're losing a bunch of lives. Or not a bunch, but they're starting to lose some lives. And oh yay! I won somehow. I guess they used their ability a bit too late. So, wow. I don't know, that's kind of surprising. Not necessarily surprising that I won, because it did seem like, to me, that I was going to win. But anyways, so let's see, Towers and Bloons, even though it's already a really long episode. So that's 30, 60, why do I keep doing that? 30, 60, 90, 120, 165, 201, and then 261, 305, 306, I think, 356, 300, 400 something, 461, 521, 581, 641, I think 641 medallions. That was kind of just a rough in my head estimate. I think that 641 medallions that I had to get, and I got 5 this last match. Oh man. So yeah, I don't think I'm going to go for the tier 4 of all of these. I might get the tier 4 mortars, and maybe Dartling Gun, and maybe the rest of the really expensive ones, because those are the actual good ones. But let me know which ones you want me to get, like you actually want to see me get. But other than that, I'm just going to save up for the 250 or 375 Ironclad decal, because I like that one. And then maybe go for the other one, the, what's it called? The Blue Wolf one right here. So anyways, that's going to be it for this episode. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.